say not
S
for us.
No, not the best.
Oh.
World War One is S tier though.
I don't know. I think if there's any other, I think World War II, fighting wise, was goated.
Nah, dude, nah.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should do a war tier list.
War tier list. Bold
I'd
take.
rather not.
Bold take.
Now that would be stream content.
I don't know if that's the fucking stream content I'm looking for.
Vietnam, I'm putting it maybe C tier, maybe B tier. It's like it's in there.
I don't know.
Iraq,
Alright.
Iraq is F tier.
Jesus Christ.
I feel.
Tune in gamers.
Oh, do we got it?
No, no, oh man.
World.
Let's go. Let's go. All right.
Are these?
Already said my piece on Iraq war.
Okay,
I already said my
hold
piece
on.
Where,
Iraq.
where'd you put the Iraq
Wait,
war?
Blur, you gotta put it on your
Yeah,
screen.
I'm coming. Hold on, hold on. Let
This
me
is what we're
switch the
doing.
display capture. Okay,
Now this
Here we
is
go.
the content people have been
Alright.
waiting for.
there we go.
Where do we rank the Iraq war?
I think that's definitely like
I vote
D.
I vote D.
I think D.
F.
If
There's
there
no
was an
F.
F, I would.
Russia v Ukraine, I think goes hard just because the entire thing is on YouTube.
I
That is
think.
true.
I think it has. I think that's a B.
I think like it's a
That's a
B.
B?
I feel like it's
For
a B
their
because we
leader.
don't know the the outcome.
I have been watching it through the updates on CNN the entire time. It goes crazy.
Me too. I've also been looking at a couple YouTubers like Kings in general. Yeah, Yom Kippur War is kind of an L.
How do we feel about the Syrian civil war?
I'm not a big fan.
I actually don't know too much about it.
I'm not a huge fan, but I also don't know a whole lot about it. So I would put it in don't
I
know.
also don't.
Wait,
The
Apollo,
Afghan-
I have a question.
What's up?
How the fuck did you pull up this tier list so quickly?
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what?
I looked up war tier list and it popped up.
Is this your movie pick?
This is your movie pick.
I mean, we have quite a bit.
Oh,
This is
what
this is
the
counted
fuck?
as your movie pick if we do this.
Jesus
You
Christ!
know what? You know what? That's fair. Afghanistan war.
Oh wait, so we are committing to this then.
Okay, Afghanistan war way better than the Iraq war. Wait, that was the quick one, right? What's the dates on that?
2001 to 2000. I think that says 19.
Yeah, I would put that at like I think it's above Iraq, but I feel like it's below Ukraine v Russia.
Oh,
I
wait,
feel
am I
like it's a
thinking of
C.
the first?
Or a low B.
You're thinking of the Gulf War, which was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about Kosovo.
It was mostly an air campaign.
Hmm.
Bosnian, we love war crimes. We love
Huh?
war crimes. We love
Hard sell, must admit.
Hard.
The Persian Gulf War. This
There's
is
the
the one
one
that
you're
lasted
talking
like
about.
6 months.
It didn't do much. I feel like it's above Iraq though. Hot take.
Do you think so?
I feel like it's high D. You know, it's high
I
D.
think it probably
still a D, but
belongs
it's
in the
high
same
D.
place, though.
Yeah, yeah.
If
the
anything,
Falkland Islands.
it gave a pretty good TV show.
That's true.
Very
That
true.
is true.
Falkland Islands.
Don't know it.
I mean that
That's
was
when.
that was just the British beating up Argentina.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
L British people.
I say it's yeah, it's a D. I feel like it's a D.
But it is above Yom Kippur.
Yeah, it is above Yom Kippur. I would say that.
The Iran-Iraq. I don't really know much about it.
It's just like it happened. I don't know. It's like a I put don't
I'm
know.
gonna put it right there.
Yeah.
The Afghan War. I'm pretty sure this is the one between Afghanistan and the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
it is. I feel like that one's. I honestly feel like that's a B.
If anything, it goes hard because of the music that came out of it.
That's true. I also feel like
Big
it.
true,
I mean,
big
it
true.
led to the fall of the Soviet Union. Like that's a war that
That's
doesn't
true.
seem like that crazy on paper, but in reality had.
Kind of went
gigantic
fucking
ramifications.
bazonkers.
Fuck is
Yeah.
the dirty war?
Dirty
The dirty
war.
war?
Well,
Wait.
Aaron,
Dirty war,
Mr. History
infamous
major.
campaign
I don't
waged
know this
from
one.
1976
Oh!
to 1983 by Argentina's military dictatorship against suspected left-wing political opponents. I'm gonna just put that here.
10K to 30K people were disappeared?
Damn.
Tough.
Italo-Ethiopian War.
That's when Italy decided to go against Ethiopia, like when Italy was fascist. I feel like that's a C.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a
I
C.
think it's below Afghanistan.
Yeah,
personally.
I do think it's cool that Ethiopia was the only country in Africa at the time that wasn't colonized, and they were able to fight a war against Italy.
never
and
got
actually, like,
Ethiopia.
make a good fight of it.
The Russo-Japanese War.
I really like this war personally, but I do feel like
I
it's
don't
a
know
war
much
that like
about
I
it.
just have like a personal love for it. I would put it in
I
B.
agree. I think
but-
B is a
but we'll
solid bet for that one.
Yeah, because like you gotta think like Japan was this like feudal power like 20 years before this,
Yeah.
with like samurai and swords, and they managed to beat Russia, which was seen as a European like
Powerhouse.
superpower at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Moro Wars.
And it wasn't even close to like Japan stomped them.
They, as the kids say,
Oh,
went hard.
The Moro Wars were between the Philippines and the U.S. I don't
Yeah.
really know anything about this.
I only ever see it
Welcome
referenced.
to my world with all of these.
You saying you don't know the
I-
Kako War?
High school failed me.
Okay.
I mean, high school didn't teach you about this shit anyways.
What the fuck is the Caco War?
This is the classic History
Bolivia
Channel
and
moment.
Paraguay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think anyone cared. The Rift War?
Don't know.
Didn't they make a movie about that with Jack Black?
Jack Black.
What's this between?
Spain and Berber tribes in the mountains of Morocco.
Oh, interesting. Interesting, but also
It's a
not.
sled?
I don't know
I
shit
can
about that.
fucking sled?
Outside right now?
No, in Minecraft.
Oh.
The Russo
That's
Polish.
separate.
This is so awesome.
That's
Sorry.
really just a part of World War One. It's not that interesting.
No, it
Yeah.
says 1919 to 1920.
Yeah, it was.
Is that for
It was
the end?
yeah, it was the end. Of, like, you know.
Oh, yeah. The Polish one, I think that's a solid.
That's kind of why they were a
C
country
just
and then
for
got
that.
fucked for World War II.
Yeah.
The Russian Civil War. I think the Russian Civil War is very interesting.
Me too.
Mostly because of the fucking Mad Baron. That guy's story is just insane.
Vix, what would you rate the Russian Civil War?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
I
you
think
do.
the Russian Civil War is a solid A tier.
I agree. I mean, you gotta think also like that's how we got a lot of like bangers too, like Rah Rah Rasputin and stuff like that.
That's true. The
I
Baltic
genuinely don't
War-
know anything about it. Don't get my opinion.
Don't you know the song like Rah Rah Rasputin?
Yeah,
blah,
of
blah, blah,
course, but I don't
That's where it
fucking.
comes from.
Cool. That isn't exactly the most educational ballad, pal.
World
S
okay,
tier,
now-
S tier,
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we're
S
getting into it.
fucking tier, dude.
The
Oh, that's
Italo-Turkish War from 1911 to
I
1919.
don't know that one.
oh, this one I do know about. This one was kind of a prelude to World War One. I think it's a solid.
It's a
I would say a
prequel.
B tier because like.
Really?
Yeah, I think because the Italo-Turkish War, like, people hadn't really had a war using modern weapons at this point,
Mhm.
and that war was you could kind of think of it as like a teaser trailer for World
The
War I.
teaser trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mexican Revolution.
Okay, Vix knows
Yes.
this one. Vix knows this one.
So about that.
Oh,
Vix
oh my-
knew this one. Vix knew this one.
When did I supposedly know this one?
I thought you would have known it.
Why? Why would you assume
I love
that,
Aaron
Aaron?
just assuming things.
All right, I would put the Mexican Revolution. I would put it in C, but I would give it a B because it gave us a really good holiday of Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like that puts it up into B tier.
Fair, fair.
I don't know. We got some good things up here in B tier.
That is true. I think it's above
think-
the Italo-Turkish war though.
You think?
I would put it above the Bosnian conflict even.
We don't like. Damn, we don't like war crimes. Okay.
We don't like. We have World
You
War
know,
One.
it is
Not
the
a-
opinion
I can't
of this
say I'm a
stream.
fan.
It is the opinion of this stream that we don't like war crimes.
It's a
Okay.
debated
Massive
topic,
stream W.
The pig war. What is this?
Oh, that's some fucking
Isn't this
crazy
a Serbian
shit.
conflict?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, I see Serbia. Can you guys see my screen when I
Yep. We see it right now on
Yes.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So don't
This
look
was like
up the hub.
this was the first Serbian war, right? Or the first
Jesus fuck.
Be the
Baltic
first
war?
one. Yeah.
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 Yeah, the customs war, that's what it was also called, yeah.
When things started getting
it was another
spicy in Europe.
prelude. I don't think it was as good as
C
the
tier?
Italo tier. Yeah, I'd put it like maybe C tier. The War of Attrition. I mean,
I don't know this one
what,
off the top of my
World War One.
I don't know if this is gonna pop up
Large scale shelling. It's just shelling.
of the Suez Canal
Who's it between?
in Europe.
It's not that.
D.
Sino-Japanese War. Now this one.
This is a high. I think this is a high tier one.
This one I
it
would
is.
put A.
I
would-
agree.
Yeah. Oh, that's a move. That my next movie pick. I know what it's gonna be, but it's in Chinese.
What?
But it's in
Um,
Chinese.
Here, wait. Pull up Blurry stream. Blurry, can you look up the 600?
Oh god. Why do I have to look this up?
Because you're on stream and we can all just watch your stream. Oh wait, I think Apollo's. Well,
Oh, that's apartments near me. Hard sell. Hard sell on that one.
yeah, Apollo's pulling it up. No wait, this isn't the right one. Am I thinking of the right
Towers.
movie?
I don't know. A
Oh,
surrounded
Syria,
battalion of 600
surrounded
men and women.
battalion. Start the
Chinese.
counterattack to end the Rwandan.
That certainly sounds
That's
right.
not it. Wait.
Of robbing villagers.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone has those days.
It's
This is
a.
not a mistake.
What is? I thought it was the 600. Hold on, I'm gonna find this real quick.
Tell me this fucking village has a waystone, please.
Oh, it's the 800. My bad.
Oh,
The
my
800.
Holy shit, this is a big village.
Sorry about that.
Classic Aaron moment.
Yeah, it would pull up the video, pull up the trailer.
Surprisingly, it's actually not when he's a fucking history major. This is the opposite of surprising. This is actually,
That's the
I mean, not-
German trailer.
I mean, typical. The opposite of typical. It is surprising. Brain go burr.
Just pull up trailer 1.
We just watching movie trailers now?
Well,
Oh, we're up
we're
to-
doing a tier list, man.
What the fuck?
This movie goes hard.
I'll be back.
found a duck.
Damn.
一个人一个名，家里派位早就立好了。是个孙妹儿。不了解的话，什么意思？
Oh, oof.
It's beginning. 这把戏的弟兄们，你们有力吗？上海还在。我们中国还有希望。
Okay. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I picked up a cold one. This one's for the boys.
与之无前一见，诸尊长老，仍宜当举刃，为父报仇，为过尽忠未已，让我子孙后代再不受此屈。
That does go pretty hard.
Yeah. It's just
Pretty
about like the
bonkers.
last like battalion in Shanghai before it fell during the war. I think yeah, it's a A tier.
Oh,
That's
I'm
what I
nice
think.
picking that
Spanish
up. That's
Civil
unfortunate.
War, I don't know. I'd say it's a C tier.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
The Six-Day War.
It only lasted 6 days.
Eh.
It was fishing.
The Vietnam War.
Okay, this one
Now-
Vix can
now
answer.
we're
This
getting-
one. Yeah, Vix, where would you put the Vietnam War, Vix?
Hmm.
What do you think about Vietnam?
To
What do you
be
think
honest,
about
I'd have to
Vietnam?
brush up my fucking history lessons.
Think of all the movies you've seen.
I mean, I could talk about Afghanistan a bit, but I can't really talk about the Vietnam War.
We should have
I think it's
started at
B.
the bottom and went up.
Yeah, maybe. Oh well.
You think
What
it's
do you
B?
think?
I think it's A tier, personally.
I think it's high B, maybe an A. I think you would
High
need to
B.
convince me on A, but I think it's in there.
I think it's definitely a
I
B
don't
for
even
me.
remember why it was fought.
It
That's
was,
a good question that they don't
That's
even
a-
know themselves.
That's a really good
No, it
question.
was America trying to stop communism.
That's essentially it, yeah.
Pretty much.
Algerian War? Between
Yeah, we've
France
done
and
a great
Algeria.
fucking job with that, folks.
Because it was Russian-backed communist northern forces versus Southern-backed democratic forces, and then they were losing, so we were like, what if we just send people over there?
Pretty much. But it wasn't an official war.
It
you
wasn't a
have to
war, it
keep
was a
in mind.
conflict.
Yeah.
Now, the
I mean-
Korean War,
Yeah, Congress never declared war during
Yeah.
Vietnam.
I don't know anything about the
It was an
Algerian War.
incursion. Algerian War is I would say it's a C tier, but also I don't know a lot about it. But from what I do know, I would put it in C tier. But I mean, you could just put it in I don't know much.
The Korean War
I
The
like
Korean War-
K-pop.
kind of goes hard.
the Korean War
Yeah.
does kind of go hard.
I really don't know anything about.
I think it's A.
I think it's A too. I've seen a lot of K dramas about it. I would put it below Russian Civil War. Though.
You know,
That's
K dramas are not the end all be all of accuracy.
What do we think about the
I don't know
Arab?
what- Who's the history
Arab
major
Israel
here?
Wars?
Who's the history major?
Eat it,
What
Aaron.
do we think? Calm down, calm
D.
down, calm down. What do we think about the Arab Israel Wars?
I think.
which is from
C.
194 squiggle 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 and more.
It's 90. Or sorry, 19. Would have been 52, I think. I'm guessing there, because it's talking about like the 5 days war, right? Or not the 5 days war, the one where the
1948 to 2006.
oh, it's just all of them.
It's just all of them.
Just
All
every
the
single
Israel
one.
conflicts with the various Arab nations.
Oh, I would put it in C tier.
F.
There is no F.
Tragic.
I think
It
D
still
is a
gets
solid
F
one for
from
me, because that is gonna
That-
count
yeah,
the
I can
current
agree with that.
conflict.
Yeah, that's
When it's
true. I
done.
would agree with that.
The Greek Civil War. The
Fucking
Greek Civil
D,
War, I
those
don't really know
Greeks,
much about.
bro. The Greeks are so fucking. They're washed. They're washed.
I'm Greek.
She is
Are you
Greek.
washed up?
Listen, your
She's
country
Greek.
used to be goaded with the sauce. But
Yeah, they're kind of
Greece-
fucking assholes.
Greece, the country now, kind of fucking sucks. Perma.
They always sucked. Fuck them.
Well, hey, the Spartans were pretty chill. And
Yeah,
I think
back in the
Macedon
day.
was alright. Although I, guess Macedon
they were
isn't
kind of
so
like
big,
trained to have one fucking purpose, so they couldn't be anything but focused. I guess.
So where would you put the Greek Civil War then?
D.
Yeah, where would you put it?
I don't know. I
But
don't know
you're
enough
Greek.
about it. Yeah, okay, and I'm also
but
American, and
if
what do you think they taught me?
If you put the feelers
Not
out into
much.
the spiritual spectrum, what's the answer that comes back to you?
That I'm not a fucking witch as much as I wish I was, and I
Damn.
don't have any
Alright,
spiritual
alright.
connection to
F.
anything.
We're at World War II.
As-
guys.
A.
No way you just aid
Hey.
World War II.
I think
D,
it's
fuck
S,
Hitler.
but it's
Fine.
below World War One.
Yeah,
that,
I can
that
agree
was
to
the
that. I
entire
can
point of
agree
the
with that.
war. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What I will say in terms of World War II is it's one of the few wars where there was a unequivocal good side and bad side.
Yep.
True.
You know, that's the one thing I will say about World War II.
True.
All right.
Yeah, like World War One, dude. No one was really wrong.
Yeah, nobody was really in the wrong.
The Russo-Finnish War.
Oh, that's actually
The
that
win-
goes hard.
That
The Winter
isn't that
War
where the
got
White
so
Death is?
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Uh,
And it flows into World War
Yeah.
II. I would
That
say
does.
that's S.
that's S.
Below World War II, but they're
Yeah.
really combined. I mean, they're one and the same.
Phony War.
I mean, look, the fucking things are
Literally
the
called
same.
Phony War. F. D.
F.
D.
F for phony.
8-month period at the start of World War II. What the fuck?
Was that the one in Spain?
I don't know, history major, was it?
Listen, I
It
don't
was an
study
8-month period
this.
at the start of. during which
It was the start of the war where they French and British people didn't do fucking anything.
Oh, it's just that. Yeah, that's just part of World War II.
Yeah, but it's separate because it's like, oh, I think they didn't call it they weren't the Allies yet.
Oh,
I guess we
yeah.
put it up.
Nah,
first,
nah,
and
it's
the same.
fucking D as fuck.
It's okay. Yeah, that makes.
Because nothing
I was-
actually happened. That's why it's called the Phony War. Because it was when
The
they started to
Boxer
invade
Rebellion.
Poland.
Boxer Rebellion
The
goes
Boxer
hard.
Rebellion is pretty.
Y'all, I'm about to go into a boss fight.
Good luck.
Oh shit! You get him,
Don't die.
Vix.
It's okay. He's at my door, and I have an iron golem. I'm just gonna let him in.
Blade Queen,
Boxer
Icy Boss.
Rebellion
Box.
goes hard.
Hey,
I
I'd
would
put
almost.
the Boxer Rebellion at either high B or low A.
I think it's
personally.
low A.
I agree completely with that assessment. I would put low A. It should be the last A. I feel like.
War of the
The
Pacific.
Pacific. Isn't that Japan's expansion?
It says
No, I don't think so.
1870s.
That one would have been.
Bolivia and Chile.
I'm just gonna put that in D.
I do not know.
I'm gonna just put it in don't know
Don't
shit.
know. Yes.
Anglo
The
Zulu War.
Anglo-Zulu War.
That one
Listen, they made a pretty good movie about it.
they did. I was gonna say that. I think it should be a
Eh.
high
I think it's B.
I put it below Russia. I right in between Russia, Japanese, and Afghan. I feel like
Okay. The War of 1,000 Days. That name
that
goes
just
hard.
sounds cool.
That's
I
a
feel like that's
sick
an
name.
A off
That
the
conflict
name.
is gonna be ass.
That's true.
1,000
Civil
Days
War of
War.
Colombia.
Oh, that makes it
Colombians.
less cool.
It does, but it. I
But
mean,
we're gonna
well, I think
It's
gonna-
got a
it's
sick
C.
name. I think it's C. Yeah,
we're
just
gonna
for having a
yeah
sick
we're
ass
gonna
name.
put it low C. just
Blow the
because
Pig War.
The
the
Boer
Boer
War.
the Bo. They
Hey,
were
the
pretty
boat?
cool.
I think it's cool because I feel like there's no cool things about the Boer War,
The
but
boar.
I
The
do feel
Boer.
like there is a lot of like cool shows that reference it. Like, have you ever seen
I
Penny
think-
Dreadful?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Not all of
reference
it.
the Boer War. We need
I
to
think
finish that.
one of the
We
cool
do.
things about it is the way the Boers fought kind of led to a lot of the way how as like in World War One and World War Two, like the German like Jaegers, like pretty much any military unit in World War One era that you think of like a Jaeger or a Ranger or shit like that. A lot of it is based off how the Boers fought the British.
That's true. I think it did have a lot of like lasting effects, even though it was such a small conflict. I'd put it B, like low B.
Put it right there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Actually, right there.
Another boss in the distance running on
The
towards me?
Philippine American War.
God damn it.
I don't really
Listen.
know much about this.
I really, really like Filipino food.
You know what? You know what? Fair enough.
When he's right, he's right.
I don't know what the fucking Akensi War is. Fuck.
I don't fucking know, dude. Just put an I don't know. It
I
sounds
want to
cool
know
though.
what
Does sound cool.
Chinese Civil War between. Wait,
that
wait.
does not add up.
Between the. What else was
years
it
don't-
called? There's another
The
name
years
for
don't
this.
add up.
The Och Creek War.
Oh,
The
okay.
Dutch War.
We don't care about the Dutch.
It was between the Netherlands and the fucking Aki Sultanate, supported by the Ottoman Empire.
I do like the Ottomans. Who won?
The Dutch did.
Lame.
Let's go.
I'm gonna just put in, I don't know. The Spanish-American War. Now that's
This is one Vix knows. Vix.
Oh my god.
Spanish
What?
Mexican War.
Uh,
Spanish American War.
um. Hmm. Right.
Okay, fine.
Aaron
put it in
just
a
throwing
put
it
in-
out there. Vix knows this one. Vix.
the
Smash cut
the
to Vix.
sec-
Confused.
What is this? A second?
No, that's the
the
first.
Sino-Japanese War.
Yeah,
they all
that
go
one.
hard. They all
Yeah,
go hard.
they both went hard.
The Serbo-Bulgarian War.
I don't know about that one.
I don't either. The Sino-French.
You know
War.
what? We could ask our Slovenian friend about what he thinks about the Serb-Bulgarian War. Although he's probably
What,
asleep.
Ellen?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
Ellen's probably asleep.
This would be such a fun tier list to do with him, though.
Sino-French War.
Would be.
The Gun War. I think most of them had that.
Maybe he was the first one with guns.
Yeah, I believe. I see. Weirdly enough,
You
this is
go
the one
to
I
the gun
remember
war.
hearing about. Isn't that when it was like innovation for guns and it was like the? I digress, but
The Basuto Gun War was a conflict between Basuto and the British Cape Colony. Why was it called the Gun War?
Guess we'll never
The
know.
Serbo-Turkish War. I don't know shit.
Huh.
The pastry war.
That's
Now
This
that
has-
sounds
this
yummy.
Has to be. This
that
has
sounds
to
like
be
it was
French.
a war well
This
fought.
has to be French. It is French.
France versus Mexico.
No, I accidentally. They killed my
Oh, I know this
golem!
one.
They
This
killed
is
your
the one where
golem. Oh no.
they
I
put
have to rebuild my golem.
Aw.
yeah. This is the one where like they kicked the French out of Mexico.
But the
I
French
think
won.
this one actually.
Where are the pumpkins?
The French won.
They won, but they left.
Oh,
I'm
France
pretty
did
sure it's how it works.
withdraw with a peace treaty sign.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the French
see, yeah.
French forces withdrew after. Okay.
And it's because like France put
France
its
was
own
poor.
people in. I think this actually kind of went a little hard because
I
Mexico
think-
got a French emperor for a little bit. Or
I
like a
think beating
king.
up the French is a solid B tier.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The Nanning War.
Is this what I think this is what I think it is, but I don't know for sure.
UK versus
No,
Malaysia.
this isn't.
Did
what
I
I'm
accidentally
thinking.
drop my. Oh.
Okay,
I
that's a I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Okay. This might be controversial opinion, but I think the Indian Wars went pretty hard.
I think so too. And that's as a native. Well, not a full native, but a native enough to comment on this.
A
topic.
native
one's
enough is a crazy sentence you just spoke.
I think the
forget
Red
which
River
one.
War
Real.
specifically, though, I think this
Okay.
one.
This is
I would say A. I would say A. Because this is the one that, most people think of. This is what we're talking about with, like, the Lakota, and this is like the Plains tribes. So I would say it's up there. Franco-German
Bold take.
War? Oh, they mean the Franco-Prussian. That's what they mean with that.
I brought him back to life.
Let's go.
Little
Really
buddy's
proud
still
of you.
kicking.
He's holding on.
I think the Franco-Prussian War
is
goes
actually
hard
to the
because
lantern.
Germany kicked the shit out of France, and also it's when Germany like united.
oh, that does go pretty hard. That's a
Yeah.
solid. That's a solid.
My inventory is empty again, and now I go
I don't know
adventure
if I
for
will-
more treasure.
I feel like it's above Boxer, below Korean. Like I think you have it right in like good spot right there.
Who doesn't love to
A.
treasure hunt?
The Sela-
Clearly,
that's-
someone who
I don't-
didn't like pirates.
I don't know. It's a civil war that I don't
se-
give a fuck.
7 weeks. Where
That's French and Indian War, right?
is it?
What a time we're
Or
having.
wasn't it? Did it say
No, it
7 weeks
says-
or 7 years?
7 weeks.
Oh, never mind.
What is this?
Adventure is out there.
Dissolution of the German Confederation, formation of the North German Confederation, exclusion of Austria from German politics, and formation of Austria-Hungary. Huh.
Sounds like it had some big effects, but
That's
I also just don't
big
know enough
effects.
about it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. War of the Triple Alliance.
It's a sick
That-
name.
Sounds like it goes hard.
South
That
American
does
War.
Not go as hard as I thought it would.
Big
Just for the
unfortunate.
fact that it fucking the name is cool, but it's not cool, it's getting low D.
True.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay,
The
this one,
American-
Vix knows
American
it.
I
Civil
would
This
War.
argue-
Wait,
Now,
let
hear
Vix
me out.
answer first. Let Vix answer
Okay.
first.
Civil War?
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly,
You know this
fucking D, and I'll tell you why.
Wow.
one. Wow, that's not what I was expecting.
D, and I'll tell you why. Because the fucking. Oh, your friends ain't gonna like me if they're tuning in.
Uh-oh.
The South was stupid for fighting to keep slavery, and no matter how many fucking modern day conservatives want to claim it wasn't over slavery, every fucking one knows it was over slavery. Could there have been other tensions that contributed it? Sure. But was it stupid that they wouldn't just give up their fucking abuse of other humans and control of other humans? Yes, it was a pointless war that didn't need to fucking happen.
But would
But
you say that it was
as
cool
a
that we
counterpoint,
beat up?
I
So-
oh, don't worry, it's satisfying that we fucked their shit in, but a lot of innocent people had to suffer, including civilians caught in like crossfire area. And I think that's a fucked up price to pay.
Okay.
So, D.
Okay, so that's one opinion. Apollo.
my opinion is it goes hard.
And do you have a reason for why it goes hard?
Listen. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Blurry?
Okay. Here's my opinion. Vix is right. It is D tier. And here's also why. From just a war point of view, the war was fought like dog water. A bunch of people died because they forgot how to do medicine on wounds. And they did the bayonets were set up with the tri-stab, which made it almost impossible to fucking, heal up correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fighting, we kicked the British's ass, right? Using hit and run tactics, fighting
British? Whoa, what?
from the Revolutionary War,
South?
from the Revolutionary
Oh,
War.
okay.
Yeah, he's comparing.
With hit and run tactics back then, we kind of revolutionized tactics, and then for some fucking reason,
We
all
just
those
didn't
years
use
later,
any
we
of
go
them?
back to standing in fucking lines and shooting at each other like that.
It depends. It depends on
Like
what
animals.
battle you're talking about. Cause like
Some
there
of them,
were
obviously.
there were battles where they just stood and faced each other and shot the shit out of each other. Yeah. But a big reason armies did that when it came to fighting with muskets and shit like that is kind of the same reason medieval armies fought the way they did. The entire point was to like pin the formations against each other and get one of those formations to break, which is still kind of a stupid reason, but
Listen, they went
So
with their
wait.
tactics. They weren't horrible always, but they were just bad.
Okay, so here's my opinion as a historian and someone who took a class specifically on the American Civil War. I think it goes hard. I think it's an S tier. And the
S
reason
I
for
think
tier?
it's S tier.
the
I
reason
Oh,
think
for
y'all
that.
are fucking. Okay, what do we do
Hold on,
then? We
hold on,
meet in the
hold on.
middle. He and I
Well,
think
hold,
it's
hold,
D.
hold on,
You
let me
guys
let me
think
give my
it's S.
reasons.
We
Let
put
me
it
give.
at B or C.
Yeah, I
Sorry, go
agree
ahead.
with that. I agree with that. But also, let me give my reasons why. I think that the American Civil War was such an important war for the country, and I think by extension, it really is the war that really shaped America into becoming what it became, which was a global superpower. I think without the American Civil War, America would have stayed a backwater country, and because they went through this, I think it allowed them to industrialize the way they did in southern states, um, to try and kind of replace the institution of slavery with industrialization, and that's what set us up to be the industrial superpower that we were going into the 19th century. I think also it really was a war for the soul of the nation. I think
Yeah,
that the stakes
Valid.
were incredibly high, and I think
It-
that some of the speeches went hard, and I feel like let's like America doesn't have a lot of like folklore. It is a country that's super young by country standards. When you talk about China and like its historical figures, you and like great generals and things like that, you think way back when to like Guan Yu and things like that. I think with America, you think back to a lot of the Civil War generals and stuff. Like the Civil War was our defining, I think, war as a country, to where we look back and we're like, oh, those are our ancient generals that are like idolized and almost heroes and stuff. I think that's also part of the reason why that we have that argument with like Confederate monuments today. It's because those people, those characters in history were so iconic. and that's not
Well,
just
hold the fuck up.
no, no, wait, hold on, hold on.
Disagree.
I'm not just
The
talking
fa-
about the
con-
Southern Confederate generals. I'm talking about the Northern Union generals as well. You have people
Cool,
like
but you
Ulysses
shouldn't
S.
have
Grant.
All right, hold
You
on.
have. I
I
just think
think that it's okay to have monuments when the people you're monumenting aren't slavers. I
I
don't.
get that. I'm just talking in general. I'm just talking in general. And about the war specifically. I think the fact that it still has such a huge influence on America and American politics to this day is another reason why it's such a pivotal moment in the
Is
country's
this your
history.
Independence Day speech?
No,
How-
no, that's my
Question,
academic.
Aaron. Do
That's
you
my
not
opinion.
think it should lose points for the fact that it was started by the South because they thought Abraham Lincoln was going to get rid of slavery when he expressly stated that he wouldn't be able to do that and wasn't going to do that as president?
I think that, frankly, I don't think it would lose points for that simply because the war was inevitable. Like, the war was always going to happen. The South was never going, like, from its inception, they wanted, their entire economy was built around the institution of slavery, and the North was trying to industrialize in a particular direction. And so, no matter what, the country was going to split at some point. And I think that the Civil War could have happened in 1826 as easily as it happened in 1860.
See, I agree that it was a battle for the soul of our country, but I don't think that was necessarily a good thing. I think it's kind of depressing only under the context that when you compare American slavery to every other like slavery institution worldwide throughout history, we are one of, if not the fucking worst ones.
I agree
And I don't
with
think
that.
that's something to call like a battle for the soul of our country. I think that's a pathetic foundation. And I quite firmly believe that like that is something to be ashamed of, that like half our or like a good fucking size of our goddamn country was willing to fight a war to keep that kind of institution going. I think that's a stain on our history, not
I
something
agree.
to look back on fondly.
I agree, but I also feel like in the context of this tier list, I feel like that like the way we're talking, the reason why we're having this really like deep discussion is why I think it should be an S, because
I
it has such
disagree.
a huge impact on the country. But
So
I think
many things
I
have
think
a
we're
huge
fine.
impact,
I agree
but
with that.
I don't
I
think
think
that
we're
all
fine
of
keeping it in B. Like
I
we
don't
just
think
being in
that
the
just
middle.
I just don't think that just because something has a huge impact and merits a large discussion makes it necessarily of worth or value or even content.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, we also put World War II at S.
You guys wait, hold on, I must have spaced out. You put World War II at S.
It's definitely one of the best wars.
I think it's
So
again the only war that
I'd
like
say maybe
there's.
A or B.
I think World War II is the only war that has a clear good guy, bad guy side, and I feel like
Yes,
that
but I
is why
also
we go in
think
that.
that it impacted some things quite negatively to this day, and I don't think that that merits an S tier.
I think
like-
every war has its negatives, though. I mean,
But
obviously,
not to the degree of impact that World War II has, just because of its fame. Like I don't know.
Well, remember, right? Like, we're also kind of grading the wars and not like the social aspects around it. So what I
Yeah.
would say is like you wouldn't throw in necessarily the massacring of certain peoples during.
you wouldn't like take into like geopolitics
Yeah.
as the outcome. You know, I think instead we're looking at like
The
what
conflict
like
itself.
the conflict itself, the significance of it, the kind of tactics they were using. Like
I don't
that's
know.
kind of what we're
Personally,
looking
I
at.
think like if you're going to have a discussion like this about war and whatnot, then you should be bringing into conversation like the social impact and the modern impact the war had. But that's my stance. So
That's fair.
But then, like, we can't really make. There's no good war.
Yeah, there's no good war in that case. Except for World War One, but
No, not even World War One. Especially
yeah,
not
I
World War
also
One.
firmly believe there's no good war. So
Yeah.
and that defeats
I
the
hate
point of the
war.
tier list.
I hate war. Hi.
We're doing the tier list.
I got dragged into this. You can't get mad at
Strong.
me.
Strong.
Bleeding Kansas. I put
S.
Bleeding Kansas.
A.
You would put it in S?
A.
The
But
fuck
I
is
also
bleeding Kansas?
okay. Well, hi.
It was
I
the
was
Civil War
raised in
before the
Kansas.
Civil War.
So, yeah. So what happens right when there were new states being made is
I saw that
when they were
evolve.
first getting made, they had to vote. They had to vote if they wanted to be a slave state or a free state. And
Oh,
Kansas
boy.
was the new state coming into power, and it was going to decide the majority because they were even. If if there are going to be a majority of free states or a majority of slave states. So the people who had moved into Kansas were believers of non-slavery. They wanted it to be a free state. Now Missouri, right next to them, was a slave state, and they wanted Kansas to be a slave state. So they would sneak into Kansas and try to vote for slavery, and a mini civil war broke out in which there was a slave capital and a free capital, and it was basically a mini civil war, like Aaron said. Freedom won. That's why Topeka is the capital of Kansas.
Well, and that's also why like Bleeding Kansas lasted into the Civil War.
It did.
Like,
it
was
lasted
ongoing conflict.
ages.
Yeah. That is also why Kansas City is not in Kansas.
It's also why Topeka's the capital. I can't remember the other capital of what the slave capital was. It's not us. It's not us. It's not us. I was saying that for dramatic effect. I think it's A though.
I would agree that I think it's an interesting conflict, and I think it's an example of like, damn, those guys really like held it down for freedom.
They really were holding it down for freedom.
Okay, the Crimean War.
Crimean War. Now that's an interesting. I feel like it is I feel like without the speech, it would be like
It wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, but with the speech,
Wait.
the last charge of the company, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that puts it in B. Also, I have an ad. I can't see.
Wait, an ad on Discord?
Oh, I'm right. I'm watching it on two things
Oh.
right now.
Are you watching the tier list on my stream that he's
Yeah, I
streaming to the
was.
Discord? That's crazy.
All right, I'm watching now though. But yeah, I'd put Crimean War B tier.
That's pretty good. Where?
I'd put it maybe. It's really similar to the Anglo-Zulu War. I feel like I'd put it kind of
Behind that, maybe in front of the Afghan
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
The Mexican-American War.
Vix
That's
knows
good.
this one. Vix knows this one.
No, I don't.
Okay.
The Mexican-American War.
Now the question is,
Maybe if I had a refresher.
The Alamo.
okay,
America took Mexico's shit.
Texas basically instigated a conflict
ring it
because
back.
they wanted more land. And they might maybe have instigated Mexico into starting a war with America, and we might have rocked their shit and taken the rest of the western part of America, like Arizona and California. Pretty much everything we didn't get from the French, we got here. And this
Also, the
solidified
entire
American
time,
shit.
the Comanches were kicking everybody's ass.
Also true.
Yep.
I mean, sick.
Yeah. I feel like it's a B just because the Comanche.
Fair. Dude, of
Yeah, I'll get behind that. I love power to the.
it's
power to
such
the-
a gaslight war. Like leading up to it,
It is.
Like, it's such
it
like
is a
a-
war of gaslighting.
America gaslit Mexico into starting a conflict. Oops, still half your country.
Literally.
Oh,
Alright, this next one, I feel like I've heard of it, but I can't think of what it is. I feel like it's. I want to say it's a part of the 7 Years' War. Or no, that wouldn't make sense because that would have been before that. Would that be
Oh,
Napoleon?
it's the first. It's the
Oh, it's the first Barbary. This is the one against the pirates.
The Barbary Wars do kind of go hard.
I feel like they go hard because it was like America's first war after the revolution, and it was just us versus like African pirates. Like it was literally Pirates of the Caribbean.
He said it's literally Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean, it was.
You know what? You know what? Just for that,
Let's go.
Classic.
the pastry war again?
Is there another pastry war?
I no, it's the same year.
Oh, just put it next to it, I guess, or whatever.
The nanning war?
This was also there.
That was, yeah, we've seen this one as well.
We did that one already, yeah.
Where did we put it?
I think we put it in I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's right there.
it's to the left.
Second Maratha War.
Isn't this India?
Yeah, the Maratha, I think, Confederacy?
Yeah, I think this goes hard, but I say that because I watched a Bollywood film about it.
You know, at least you're honest.
Didn't they?
Accidentally stripped an oak
This is
log.
when the British East India Company rocked their shit, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I'm
think,
RPing while we do this.
No, you're good.
It's okay, I'm playing Minecraft.
I think this kind of goes hard. Like you know, I hate because I
How
hate
hard?
the colonizers. I think it goes
Same.
B tier hard. I hate the colonizers, but I do.
Same.
I gotta say, like, it was a
How do you feel about the third Maratha War?
Ooh, good question. I just put it next to it. I feel like they're all kind of like in there.
The Napoleon.
Vix knows this one. Vix knows this one.
What
I'm
one?
just gonna make the decision.
Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah, nope.
Aaron
No,
just
the
keeps
Napoleon?
saying.
Oh,
Vix does
Napoleon? I mean, I know of him.
Yeah, Domo Estueva, you know? Get into it, yeah?
You put a lot of faith
Aaron.
in me.
The Napoleonic Wars are S tier. That's
I would
fine.
agree with
I
that.
agree.
The Black War.
Whoa, whoa,
Dude, you see how long that
whoa.
one lasts?
That
Oh,
sounds like
no.
some shit either out of Lord of the Rings or out of Blurry's other Discord.
Huh?
The
Oh.
Black
Okay,
Oh,
dude, look, that
no.
lasted 12 years with 200 dead.
The Black
Shit.
War was a period of violent conflict between British colonists and Aboriginal Tasmanians in Tasmania from the mid 1920s.
What the
There's
fuck?
a
It's
guerrilla
in
war?
Tex- I think it.
1904.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's different war.
This one says 1804.
I was gonna say that one in Tasmania. I feel like should go into A tier simply because it's in Tasmania.
Looks like there's some discrepancies with the dates, but
Yeah, Wikipedia says 1920s, but Britannica says 1804.
Interesting.
what does it mean? What do the numbers mean, Mason?
Solid B tier just for the name.
Fair.
The Peninsular War.
This one, is this the Spanish one with the?
Yeah, it's between Spain, Portugal, and the UK fighting France. And
Yeah.
Spain fighting Spain.
Yeah, this was the one against Napoleon.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a part of the Napoleonic War. I don't know why it was
So it,
classified
by
separately.
extension, goes hard.
Yeah, pretty much. War of 1812. Vix knows this one. Vix knows this one.
Actually, it's really fucking familiar.
Yeah, yeah.
Remind me.
It's when Britain was like, all right, baby, round 2, and they come back to the United States down from like Canada, and they beat our shit in, and they burn the White House down, and then
They only
there's
beat
this
our shit
Bro.
freak.
a little bit.
It was
Wait, hold. And then there's this freak like hurricane once they burnt the White House down, and they decided to like go away, and then we started like to kind of kick their ass, and we pushed them away, and then the war ends, and then Andrew Jackson is like, I know the war is over, but I'm still gonna go do some dumb shit anyways, and he goes and he takes St. Louis from the British, even though the war
Oh.
was already over.
Look, man, gotta kick them while they're down.
All right, where would you rank that?
I'd say it's a high A.
W.
I think it's
She
B.
gives it a W. I think you're right, an A.
It's a W. Oh, just
I feel like
just for the song.
that's fair. That is how we got our
Creek
anthem. This is the. Are they talking
Why
about
do
the
I
Creek
have
War
so
isn't against
much
like the creek,
bread?
or like
I'm guessing it's against the Creek.
Bread?
So much bread. Yeah. A lot of
Swimming
bread.
in bread.
I
Yeah,
am.
You making that bank?
A lot of fucking
what
bread.
the fuck?
oh I don't
No.
know what.
No,
the
like
fuck this is.
actual
I don't know
bread.
what- I don't know what this is at all.
Oh, like I'm swimming in bread. Please help! I'm drowning.
Greek War of Independence.
Uh,
From who? Oh, from the Ottomans.
I would say D. They should have stayed Ottomans. Hot take. I know
I don't,
my
I don't know
friends
about
would not
Hot
like
take.
I don't know about that one.
D. Turkey. Just kidding.
Listen,
I would no. I would put Greek War of Independence actually. I would put in C tier. Like low C tier. Yeah, that's
Podge
where I put it. This one's like the Mexican farmers, right?
no.
Oh, never mind.
What the fuck? I'm not even gonna. I don't care.
The
War
War
of the Oranges.
Yes.
Is this what I think it is? This is not what I think it is.
Trying to see what I
And
have
therefore-
down here.
I do not care. The Silesian Wars.
I've heard of this one, but I don't know what it is. The Habsburg monarchy versus Russia.
I don't know shit about this. French and Indian War.
This is this one I feel like goes
As
hard
a
because
as a precursor to the revolution, I think it goes pretty hard.
I made an argument actually. I wrote a paper about this war, arguing that it should be considered the First World War because of how
Honestly, that's fair.
because of like
I would
how
agree.
it connected everybody. Yeah.
War of the Bavarian Succession. Who the fuck cares about Bavaria?
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
Cape
Frontier. That sounds cool.
100 years?
Yeah, war used to go crazy, huh?
You
I
used to go
just
crazy,
need
bro.
an ender eye.
Oh, this is
There's
like
an eye
South
of
Africa.
ender.
Just
No.
wars against
Or
different groups in South Africa.
I do need
Queen
that.
Anne's War. Which one is that?
That one is I've heard of this one. I
Well,
can't
that
I
think of
should
what it is.
go.
This,
Let's
it's
think
a
of
it's
it.
a
It's just France, England, and the Iroquois fighting.
yeah, pretty much.
Flint.
I
think it goes hard.
I think pretty much all like
I agree.
U.S. colonial history, like leading up to the revolution, is pretty cool.
I mean, Queen's Anne's War, like that's Last of the Mohicans. Yeah, so that's what that movie's about.
Flint, please.
The French Revolutionary Wars.
All right. Oh, this is leading up to the. No, this is after the revolution.
See,
it's leading
I-
up to Napoleon.
Oh, after the first French Revolution?
Yeah,
Mm,
Yeah,
not
this
as
this
is
is like
cool.
First
leading,
Like,
leading
honestly-
up to Napoleon.
So sad that they couldn't do it.
I guess I'd put it in B tier because it leads to like the goat.
True.
When it leads to the goat.
Yeah. Okay, French Revolution.
The original
itself.
French Revolution.
Vix knows this one. Vix knows this one.
S. Oh no, B.
Oh, that was big.
For what
B
reason?
or A or B. Because they didn't. At the end of the day, they didn't succeed, and I'm sad for them. But also,
They
like,
did succeed. They hung the king.
you know
Or
what?
they
You know,
cut off his
actually,
head.
S tier, cause eat the rich.
True.
S tier,
Down
'cause
with the
eat the
bourgeoisie.
rich.
Also, Assassin's Creed Unity went hard.
Now we are at the first Maratha War. Where'd we put them?
Just line them up. Just line them up.
Yep. I'm just I'm just
No, whoa.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna
yeah,
have a discussion
right
about
there,
this one.
right there.
No. Vix, American Revolution.
S tier.
S tier.
Like
I'll put it after World War II.
what? Like our first?
Yeah, our Revolutionary War.
Yeah, our revolution.
Dude,
Against the
fucking
British.
S tier.
That's what I'm
Eat
talking
shit,
about.
Apollo.
No. He
No,
wants it as.
he wants it as.
See, no,
It's Aaron.
yeah,
I
no,
want to
oh,
put it in
oh.
A.
Well,
I
no,
want
fuck
it
you,
in
Aaron. I'm
A.
sorry, Apollo. I apologize. Fuck you, Aaron. Eat shit.
It's S tier. I would argue it's above World War II. But
I
Honestly,
wouldn't.
agreed. Agreed.
I would
No.
say it's above
No,
World War
World War-
One.
No, because
whoa,
okay.
No.
Yes,
Were
because
some
what
of
happened
the
in World War One?
Were some of the intentions behind the founding father a bit fucking skewed? Yes. However, it is also just like genuinely when most of the people's intentions were pure and got to fucking prove that like, yeah, we can fight the man. Eat shit. And also we got to put a pompous
Also-
fucking monarch in his
I-
place.
I feel like
George
you're only
Washington-
saying this because of Hamilton. I feel like this is
No,
Hamilton
no,
propaganda.
genuinely this is
Oh.
not. Genuinely this is not. I'm fully aware that Hamilton is like not at all, like well, not at all, but like not actually accurate. I'm saying this because genuinely like I always enjoyed learning about the American Revolution.
I think
Aaron, it's what started a chain reaction of revolutions.
Agreed. How can you not fucking love that?
I would argue that the Haitian Revolution is what started the chain reaction.
Nations failed, didn't they?
Like
Fuck
don't
the
get me
No, the
wrong.
Haitians
Fuck.
won. The Haitians won. They beat
Don't
up
get me
the
wrong.
French.
Fuck America
Took
for
them out.
quite a bit, but I still appreciate the war. Also, I'm just a fan of revolutions. Sue me.
You know what?
Based.
I'll agree to this, but you have to put it below World War II. Because I will not stand for it being above the World Wars in terms of
I mean,
impact.
what did World
You
War
know,
One
actually,
do?
you know what? That's
What
that-
did World
no,
War? What do you mean?
that's
what did World War
valid.
do?
No,
What
actually,
didn't it do, dude?
shut up. Shut up.
Progress
I'll agree
anything.
because that's valid.
No, listen. World War One, I feel like is actually like, I feel like World War One is what defined the 19th century. I know a lot of people would argue
Honestly,
World War Two is, but World War
as,
Two is
as
the
I'm
direct
thinking
outcome
about
of
it,
World War One.
as I'm thinking about
Well,
it, if we're ranking World War One and World War Two in terms of impact, which I know we're really not, but I would rank World War Two above World War One because World War Two was probably the single defining factor in what allowed the United States to become the superpower that it is today. And
I
yeah.
disagree. I disagree because
I-
World War One was the moment where the United States really showed that it was. I agree that World War Two is when they became like the unequivocal superpower, but World
Yeah.
War One was the one where they set themselves up to be a global superpower because they were the ones who initiated the League of Nations.
what
I would
I'll
also
say, Aaron,
argue that World War One is the defining moment of the century because it is what separates, I think, all the previous centuries from modern government because that was the collapse of all or pretty much all the monarchies.
That's
It
fair,
was
that's fair.
it was the ending of a lot of colonial empires. It was what reshaped multiple governments, being the UK, where it took a step back from being a monarchy and became much more parliament focused. Not to mention, again, Germany was completely fucked, and that is what led into World War II. I feel like also World War One was the moment where you really saw a lot of countries, like countries that were colonized. You saw Indians fighting alongside British soldiers. I feel like that's
this
something that hadn't
person-
happened before,
this-
really. So.
This person just kept fucking talking while I was tabbed. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that's my opinion. I think World War One, and I know I'm a huge fanboy of this war, but
I think,
staunchly
Aaron,
believe it
that
is.
the war itself, grading the war, not its outside social impacts, is awful.
What do you mean?
Trench warfare as a war, giga boring.
I think World War One.
World War One took place over what? Wasn't it like 15 miles of land back and
See,
forth?
Yeah.
I think World War One is fascinating to read about from a psychological standpoint. I don't. I can't say I ever really cared much about the tactics or the war itself.
I think
Like-
World War One was.
World
I
War
think
One
it
is a cool
showcased-
socioeconomic war.
I think World War One showcased what war would be, or what war could be. I should say
I
it
think-
was horrendous and awful, and I think it, for a lot of people, opened their eyes. And I think World War One is what really began an anti-war. Like it's what began a lot of pacifism in the modern conversation. I mean, you have so many books like All Quiet on the Western Front. You have a lot of artists like Picasso and things that were just like influenced by the war to push for anti-war. I feel like World War One.
I feel like it
Excuse me, I feel
crawled
like
so
it's-
World War Two could run, but it still was crawling.
I feel like World War One fucking like trudged so World War Two could run. Like I feel like World War One was the like. I'm a huge fanboy of it, but I do feel like it is the most important war.
Anyway, the Rohilla War.
No, bro.
Who knows? Don't care.
Lord Dormor's War?
Virginia and the Shawnees and Mingos.
Yeah, this was like after Pocahontas.
After Pocahontas is crazy.
The 7 Years' War.
That's just that's French and Indian. We're putting right next to it.
Where did I put
Split.
that?
I think we put it in.
Oh yeah. there it is.
Right there, A. Yeah.
Second Northern War. Is that? I
That
think I know what this is.
isn't that
That's like
Alaska?
Carolus. No,
No.
that's
What is
like the French French. No, fucking wait. Is this? Oh yeah, it's the Swedish Empire.
Oh.
When the Swedes were doing their thing and actually a superpower in the region until they fucking got fucked by the Russians.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Like
about
it's
that much.
like King Carolus. You know the Caroleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Caroleans.
Oh, okay.
I'd put it at a solid middle B.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I
What
don't know about it.
the fuck is a Silesian War?
It's boring wars.
French and Indian War. I feel like we already did this.
Yeah, we did that one already.
War of Spanish succession.
You can barely read on mobile. We're grading all the wars, Mesa.
War of Spanish.
Creating?
We're creating.
Grading, not creating.
Really?
Yeah,
bad.
guys,
I heard.
We're God.
I heard.
Today
I
we're
didn't-
creating all
God.
wars.
Spanish Succession. I think the War of Spanish Succession is a like high D, C tier.
I think I'd put it C.
War of the Embobas.
I have no idea.
Bobas. I have no idea.
Let's take a gander.
Portuguese War.
What the fuck is an Emboba?
Yeah, what is an Emboba?
Portuguese settlers in Brazil.
Oh.
No, Paulistas are Portuguese settlers in Brazil. What the fuck is an Emboba?
I don't know.
You know what? Just for not being able to figure out what the fuck it is, low D tier. Carnatic Wars. Eh.
Yeah.
Yaman.
Yamasi. Isn't this Japan? No, this is.
Colonial Militia of South Carolina versus
Oh, Native
Nazis.
Americans.
Yeah.
Native. Learning about Native American wars is kind of neat.
Where are you gonna put it?
Holy shit, there's so many fucking wars.
Listen,
We're
we're almost done.
Wait, I'm
We're
seeing a
almost
lot of
done.
fucking repetitions still already.
Yeah,
We're,
we're starting to reach
we're
repetitions.
Let me get rid of the repetitions real quick.
I don't like the War of Polar Succession. I put it in D.
Agreed.
I don't know anything about it, so I'll take your word for it. It's ahead of the
neither.
Mbobas though, because fuck you Mboba.
War of Jenkins are here.
War of Jenkins' Ear. Where would you put the War of Jenkins' Ear, Vix?
Why are we fighting over Jenkins' ear?
That dude must have had some rad hearing.
Oh, it took place in the Caribbean Sea.
Oh, that's some pirate shit right
Or
there.
do you mean
Pirate
the
shit? We love
ear
pirate
is in they
shit.
were trying to get his ears?
Oh
and
no,
he
it
wasn't?
looks like that ear is in reference to somebody, a captain of the British.
Who the fuck is Jenkins?
Oh, it's up there at the top. Scroll up, Apollo.
Well, I'm
Okay,
already
captain
on.
of the British brig Rebecca, whose ear was allegedly severed by the Spanish Coast Guard while searching his ship.
Damn.
Huh. Get fucked.
That kinda goes
Oh,
hard.
the name was coined by a British historian.
War of Austrian Succession.
Still kind of lame.
Mid.
I feel like a lot of these like succession wars weren't that interesting.
They're all above the Mboba though. Fuck you Mboba. King George's War?
That goes a little hard. Not like crazy, but a little.
Sure.
It was just more like
Second
friend stuff.
Lordy. Get away from me, Silesian War. War of Spanish Succession? Did we already
Another.
do this one?
No, we didn't. We didn't. We just have a lot of succession wars.
I don't know, there's so much fucking
You gotta
succession.
succeed.
Yeah.
Magnetic War. Queen Anne's War.
We did that one already.
Did we?
That's more. Yeah, that's more native stuff. That's last of the Mohicans.
Polish. Please get away from me, Polish Succession. Please.
Another War of Jenkins' Ear.
I'm just starting to push it in here. I'm just
How many years does this guy got?
King William's War.
That one I don't know.
80 Years War?
Lasted 80 years, they say.
Between the Dutch and the Spanish?
Huh.
Eh.
I don't care about the Dutch.
War of the Three Henrys.
That one goes hard. Henry v. Henry v. Henry.
Henry of Navarre, Henry
forbidden
the Third of France,
trifecta.
Henry of Guizy.
Goo easy.
I don't know shit about fuck. Do you know anything about this?
Nope.
I've heard of it. I think it is a D tier.
Bitch, don't ask me.
War of the Grand Alliance. Isn't that in Star Wars?
Yeah,
Good
I thought
name.
that was in World of Warcraft.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't know shit about this. It was a European Great Power conflict from 1688 to 1697 between France and the Grand Alliance. Were the Night Elves there?
Yes.
Just for the name?
It's a pretty
I
sick
feel like
ass
C
name.
tier.
King
C tier.
Philip's War.
This one is more native stuff. I feel like it goes B. B or C. Probably C because it's not as cool as the other native stuff.
War of Devolution?
Of de-evolution.
What the fuck? It's France and Spain.
It's
all
always
France
France
and Spain.
and Spain. It's always those two, dude. We need to
He always
fucking
calls them problems.
the first Northern
The
War.
English Civil Wars kind of go hard.
Is that like War of the Roses and
On
stuff?
here.
Yeah, it's like Oliver Cromwell and all that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. That does go pretty hard. I read a book about some of those.
I'll put it in like low A.
That's fair.
Bishop's War. Who's Bishop? What in the great googly fuck are the Covenanters? Oh, it's
The Covenant.
Yeah, I
the, the Covenant. Powhatan War. I don't know shit.
That's Pocahontas.
Fuck you, Pocahontas.
That's
eat shit. Sorry.
there. Oh, 30 Years War goes hard. That's S tier.
It does go hard. It does go hard. But where in S tier?
I feel like it is on par with the Napoleonic Wars. Honestly, that's how good I think it is.
I don't know
Like
what that is.
30 Years War is just religious wars for
I
like
don't know what that
30
is.
years.
Okay. We're about to get controversial. The
Oh,
entirety of the Crusades.
S tier. I think S tier. Because
Fuck
there's just
you.
listen,
D.
there's so many
D.
like no,
D.
I feel like
D.
I feel like it's an S because there's depending on what crusade you're talking about, it's an A or it's a D and it just depends. It's a complete roll of the dice. I feel like the crusades because it's so chaotic and just so like
I'm sorry, I
you
just got
don't
jump
know
scared.
what's gonna happen. It's S.
Minecraft.
And I think it's interesting that most of the time they were after the same goal, which was, you know, to retake the Holy Land, all that shit. But the reasonings for them going there were so vastly different a lot of the time. I think that's pretty interesting.
I agree.
Livonian War.
Holy shit. Where am I floating up to?
I don't remember what this one is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Livonia versus the Tsardom of Russia. Who the fuck cares?
Oh, that's Tsar Russia? Nobody cares.
Count's Feud, also called Count's War. It's Christian the Second versus Christian the Third.
Denmark, nobody cares.
Onin War.
Oh, this is Japan. This actually, I think, goes pretty hard if I know what I'm talking about.
Also known as the Upheaval of Onin, and I'm not even going to try to say that word, was a civil war that lasted from 1467 to 1477 during the Muromachi period in Japan.
Isn't this over, this is a part of the Sengoku era, and Sengoku era goes hard.
I'll take your word for it.
That's S.
How hard?
tier.
You think?
Well, like, the Onin War, I don't know. But, like, the Sengoku era, like, the wars that happened, that's easy S tier. I'd put Onin, I guess, in, like... I'd put it in A as a placeholder for Sengoku, unless we find, like, Sengoku in the list.
War of the Roses goes pretty hard.
Yeah, I'd agree. I read a book about it.
I'd say it's like mid A tier hard.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
13
above Bleeding
years?
Kansas.
Where is Bleeding
Fair.
Kansas?
You put in A. Oh, you know, yeah, where you have it is fine. That's perfect.
Oh.
Sorry.
The 13 years war.
Don't know. Can't say I'm a fan.
Oh, it's Poland versus the Teutonic Order.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about it, and I'd put it
Yeah,
down
I
there.
don't know about it either.
But
The
it sounds
100
interesting.
Years War.
That one I feel like goes pretty hard. Like that's like, there's a lot of good stories out of that. You got like Agincourt, you got Joan of Arc.
That's true.
Like I almost feel like 100 Years War is S.
Hear me out.
I ain't religious, but Joan of Arc will always be my saint.
Hear
Mhm.
me out. Right there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
War of the Eight Saints. What the fuck is that?
That's a lot of saints. It's honestly, the name goes hard.
It's a Pope War.
Ooh.
I don't know that. Baron's War. That sounds very familiar. Group of. I don't.
The Army of
know.
God and the Holy Church.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Now we're getting somewhere.
This is old Japan. I feel like this is I would say this is B tier or A tier.
A little low A.
Yeah, that's
Alright. Now hear me out. Hear me out with this one.
Uh-huh. Really?
Really?
For the simple fact that the Norman invasion of England would pretty much led to the what would eventually become the British Empire and the Kingdom of England and everything.
I guess that
And
is
that,
true.
you know, turned into what I would argue was the most powerful empire to ever exist at its height.
Well, no, I think. Well, I guess you're right there. I'm just trying to think if they're.
Uh,
Are they
I
talking
checked,
about?
the British weren't the Mongols.
That's true.
True.
But well, the British
I
had the
wouldn't
largest
say
empire, but
I
like
wouldn't say
spread
the
out.
Mongols
But the Mongols had
were
the
the
largest
most.
like connected empire.
I think the British had the most powerful in terms of like force projection and just the amount of influence they had in the world in general. Like the British Empire was essentially like
I feel like that's like
You can say they're bad
it's hard to
bitches.
compare them because the British Empire was just like it was a product of the technology of the time.
yeah.
Like I would argue like the Mongols like in terms of like when you think about it like the world was Europe, Africa, and Asia, and Mongols controlled over half of it.
That's true. That's true.
So but like the British like their world was bigger because of America. So it's hard to compare the two. But I'll accept your point on the Norman War. The Jinshin.
I've heard that before.
I've heard of it before. I don't know much about it, so I'd probably put in I don't know, unless you know about it.
Not really, no. What is this? Messenia and Sparta. Why do we take such a steep jump? I don't really know much about the Messenian Wars.
They're pretty cool, honestly, to learn about. I would put it in B tier.
Alright, I need you to hear me out with this one.
Oh, here we go. Wait, Vix knows this one. Vix knows this one.
What? What do I know?
The
Trojan
War.
I
War.
need you to hear me out with this one.
We watched
uh,
Troy. She knows this one.
Oh, S tier.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I'm agreed with.
I would
Alright,
agree with it too. I think it deserves S tier just because it did happen. We know it happened, but we know so little about it that it's practically mythology.
I also need you to hear me out with this one.
The third Punic War. Wait, Blurry. I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement, but Blurry, where would you put the Punic War?
I think it. You can say S. I don't know if it's that high into S though.
No,
With
I
Hannibal?
think
Elephants in the mountains.
Scipio burning Carthage to the ground.
I don't think I'd put it in front of 100 Years' War. I think I'd put it behind there.
You think so?
I think so.
I can agree with that.
If this was strictly my
I,
list,
I personally, I
I'm
would
gonna be
actually
honest,
put it above the
this
American
would be
Civil
somewhere
War.
up here.
I would put the Trojan War probably above Norman Conquest. I
The
would put the
Trojan
third.
War?
Yeah, I would put the Punic War like personally on my list above the American
put it, like,
Revolution.
I'd put it somewhere in here.
Yeah,
We'll go right there.
that's where I would put it. But I mean, I think we're all in agreement. It's S.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
Gallic Wars. The Gallic Wars go hard.
I think they go hard. I don't know if they go S tier hard.
I
If
don't
they,
think they go
I
S
think
tier.
they're high A or low S. Cause
Yeah,
like Julius Caesar did go hard.
he's one of the hardest men to ever exist.
Yeah.
When you spit facts, you spit facts.
The second Punic War.
This
These
one,
go a little less hard.
yeah,
still
a
hard.
little less hard. This was all
Well-
Republic era. I don't give a fuck about Republic era as much.
Go right here. Go right here.
Basically.
That's fair.
What the fuck is this?
The Lamian War,
escaped
isn't
the
that's Greek? I
Right.
think.
Athens
Yeah.
versus Macedon. I don't know anything about this.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no wait, go back. Isn't this is Alexander, right?
No. Is
You
it?
sure? I think this is Alexander.
Oh, it is. Wait,
Yeah,
is this
this
when
is-
he? Oh, this is when he sets out into. Okay.
Yeah, this is when he's conquering Greece. He's beginning.
That goes hard. I
Yeah,
didn't know the name
he's
of it.
he's cooking.
This is when he's
Our
cooking
S
it up
tier
like a show.
Our S tier is about to get very big.
I think. Well, I feel like this one is A. I feel like it's high A because it's
He's
him on his come up. You know.
He isn't there yet.
Yeah. Peloponnesian War. S tier. That's my opinion.
The one I think it is. Oh.
I
Hmm.
think Peloponnesian is S tier.
I don't know much about it, so I'm gonna take your word for it. Where in S tier?
I think it's high S tier. I think honestly, I would put it above. I'd put it between Punic and Trojan. That's how high I think
Alright.
it is. Peloponnesian War goes like that. That's the classics, you know. Greco-Persian War, I feel like is S tier, but mostly because of 300.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's fair. Put it like right there. Actually, right
That's fair. Yeah.
there. They don't have Alexander's actual like, conquest though.
That's you know what? You should move up the one and make it like symbolize like Alexander.
We're gonna make it his whole thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would put it. Whoa! I would put it beneath World War II. I would put it above American Revolution, but
Definitely below the
II.
World Wars.
Yeah.
And
But I honestly like in my head, I feel like it's on par.
the Second Messenian War.
That's some old. That's old school, dude. That's like the OG. That's I feel like that's below First Punic. I'll be honest, a lot of the ancient wars just go hard.
True.
But yeah, I put it
Some of them
below
also
First
last fucking
Punic.
ages, though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's just because it took so long to walk.
That's true.
Lenin-
I don't know this one.
Lenentine War. It's just more Greek shit.
This one
All
doesn't
right,
as
now
cool.
to finish us out, the Cold War.
D.
So I'm gonna go to bed shortly.
Vix, where would you put the Cold War?
Fucking lame.
It wasn't even a
Yeah,
war.
it wasn't. I put it
Wasn't even a
bottom of
war.
D. I put it bottom of D.
All right, here's
We
here's
did
our-
it. That is
here's our
the
finish.
Save that. Save
yeah.
that. 'Cause we need to
Save
bring it back up in the future.
that. Post it in this chat.
God
I
damn.
just wanna say, Blurry laughing in the background, top tier.
and that was the stream,
Blurry,
guys.
Blurry, you should clip this shit. Great
Bullshit.
TikTok content.
Yeah, this was honestly great TikTok.
9 hours and 50 minutes of footage through.
Oh god. I weep for you, Blurry.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm just talking about the tier list.
Yeah. Shit, how long was the tier list even? Like an hour and a
About-
half.
Yeah, like an hour and a half. You know what? I'm gonna take this tier list and I'm gonna send it to people who would care.
Valid. Like Riz and Elid.
Yeah.
Ooh, I feel like Miri would care too.
I don't know.
I don't know, it might be.
I'll send it to Mary. We'll see what he said. He's probably awake.
Knowing Miri, yeah.
I'll send it to Daresh too.